you will not do any practice. Okay, now I'll try to help you understand how to write a code in easy way. Okay, let's say you want to type this line, right? WebDriver. I was not sure why it's not coming for Manpreet, sorry. Okay, how you can write a code in a easy way? Let's say I am typing WEB, do a controlled space bar. It will give you all the options which are displayed. From here you can directly select which part you want to add or which line you want to add it here. Driver is equal to new. Same is for this Chrome driver. If I'll only type CHR, again I'll do a control space bar. It will give me a list of matching words with this line. What is matching with CHR? It will give me all that list. What I want to select is a Chrome driver. So I can directly go and select this. So I don't need to type each and every line in that particular way. Eclipse is very smart. It gives you all the pre-configurations. It searches based on the keywords that you are giving, and it makes your life very easy to write your code. Okay, try with these things. Ideally start with writing your codes in this way, but gradually try to use the shortcuts also. Okay, Chale, should we proceed? Any doubts, anything from your previous session, anyone?
No, please.
Uh, I still need to. Anand, any questions from your side, man?
No, so I don't have any question at the moment.
Okay. I'll take some time to learn your names, man.
Okay.
Before that, I'm bad in learning the names.
Yeah, yeah, okay. No problem. So actually, like,
No worries, no worries.
already, like, I try to install those things, so I know this stuff. So no problem. Like, maybe
Right.
like installation part, no issue.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah. Mm.
Okay. So we were looking at the browser's command yesterday. Let's see some more commands which are available. Okay. So we have yesterday seen only two commands. One was three commands basically: navigate, quit, and the title, get title. Okay. Let's see few more commands. Let's say I'm on this website. I was using automation practice. I'll take an example of this only. I want to refresh my browser. Okay, or I want to click on this back button, or I want to click on the forward button. So three operations I am telling you: refresh, click on back button, or click on the forward button. How to perform these operations? It's again simple. Selenium gives you directly the methods for this. Driver dot navigate dot refresh if you want to refresh your browser. If you want to click on back button, driver.navigate.back. Similarly, if you want to click on forward button, driver.navigate.forward. Okay, so you have to remember the methods. Obviously there is no alternative for that, but gradually again you will remember all these methods. I'll give you some tricks how you can easily remember the method names. Okay, so using these three methods I can refresh my browser, or I can click on the back button, or I can click on the forward button.
And one more question, Ankit. So,
Hmm.
like, how we did know, like, the whether the browser has been refreshed or not? Maybe, like, we don't know, right? Like, while running the automation, so we could not see, right? Maybe we can
You
put.
cannot see it, but let's say what you can see. Let's say your scenario is you want to refresh your browser and check whether it is refreshing properly or not. If
Okay.
I type something
Mhm.
again, if I refresh, so I guess this will not be there.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So based on some criterias, you have to verify whether refresh is working fine or not. Or let's say if I have selected any value in a drop down, and I'm doing a refresh, again this value will not be available.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah.
Based on these certain criteria only, you can find out whether the page is refreshed properly or not.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. But my question is like whether like while doing automation, this thing, for example, like we will find any logs over there or somewhere we can see that whether it has been refreshed or we have to put some like some print line or something we have to provide.
No, it will, you'll, so basically you will not get it anything
Mhm.
out of the bound. So you mean to say you have written this line,
Yeah,
how you can verify,
yeah,
you will should
yeah,
get
yeah,
some or
yeah.
something like that, right?
Yes,
For
yes, yes.
that, we will use the reporting. It will be when you will go to the test NG part, we
Mhm.
will see at that phase how to
Okay.
get all these things in a report.
Okay, okay, no problem. Yeah.
But as a by default behavior, you will not get anything in such a way.
Okay, okay. Now, got it. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So now there are two commands to launch my application. Yesterday I have seen a command navigate.to. There is another command driver.get. Both the commands works exactly same, driver.get and driver.navigate. So instead of this command I can also use this command. Okay, try करें. Let me run it. Okay, so it has launched my browser and it has also closed my browser. So it is working in exactly in same way, right? So obviously there could be a question, if both the things are working in same way, why Selenium is giving me two methods, right? There should be some differences in that way. No one will give you two methods just to perform the same thing. And this is also an interview question, a very basic interview question. What is the difference between driver.navigate and driver.get? The only difference between these two is using driver.get, I can only launch my browser. There is no other operation or method available. But if you are using driver.navigate, you have seen you can also refresh your browser, you can navigate forward or backward. For all the things I am using driver.navigate only. The parent method is same, navigate. This is the only difference between driver.get and driver.navigate. Okay, clear team?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. Similarly, for closing your browsers, there are two commands available, driver.close and driver.quit. Again, if I'll run my program, you will not see any difference. It will close my browser. But again, same question, if both the things are same, then what is the difference between these two?
So it means like it automatically like closed the overall like Chrome driver, like the web page itself, everything will be quit, right? It means close means only the current session will be closed, right?
Right, theoretically it's right. So on every app, every website you will see this definition. Okay, I'll give you one example. Let's say this browser is open for me, right? I'll open one more browser. Let's say I'm navigating to this. So I have two browsers open at the moment. Two windows open, right? First is this browser window and second is this browser window. If I'll use my driver.quit, will it close these two windows also? Because you are saying driver.close will close only the current window and driver.quit will close all the windows. That means it should close these two browsers also, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Right, but let's see, it will not happen. It will again only close the current browser window. You will see these two windows is still open.
Mhm. No, no, that's fine. Maybe you have opened in a different session, right? Um,
Yes, that's the main difference.
yeah,
So driver.quit will close all the windows which are open in the same session,
yeah.
and driver.close will only close the window which is the current window or the latest one. What do I mean by this example? Let's say in your program, I was on my home page, right? Let's assume this browser is opened by my uh, Selenium session. I am doing a right click and I am opening, let's say, open link in new tab. Okay. If my current focus is on this tab, driver.close will only close this window. It will not close this window. Whereas if I am using driver.quit, it will close both the windows. That's the difference between this close and quit.
Okay, okay, yeah, got it.
Okay. Team clear to everyone? Again, it
Yes,
is
sir.
an
Clear.
interview question.
Yes.
I have also given the details here. What's the difference between driver.close and driver.quit? It's a very basic interview question. You will see it being asked multiple times. Okay, so we have seen driver.quit, driver.navigate, driver.getTitle, navigate back, forward, refresh, and close and quit. One command is pending, get current URL. Okay, now let's say, taking an example, you are navigating to this page. You want to capture what is the URL at that current moment of time. I want to fetch this value. To fetch this value, again there is a method available directly in Selenium, driver dot get current URL. This method will give you the current URL at the moment of time when you are getting this value. Okay, so it is printing with the URL of the page, whatever was the page at that current moment of time. Clear, team? Any questions, anyone?
No question. Yeah.
Okay. Now I am coming to the most important part of Selenium, which is the most basic part, and most of the people are confused here. Okay, before that, can anyone tell me, maybe Anand, if you have seen Selenium, how Selenium works on a UI? So basically, how is Selenium able to find whether I want to click on this contact us button or I want to click on this sign in button? How do Selenium identifies these objects?
So it's a simulation we can find. So like normally that we can find the code, this thing backend code, right? So like I forgot the key, the shortcut, but previously I used that control something like that. Like we can, it will maybe we will click object spy, right? This is object spy.
Yes.
Uh,
Inspect.
something, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I'll rephrase my question for all the people since we are very new to Selenium. If I'm on this application and let's say I'm performing a I want to sign in to this application. So I can see where the sign in button is available because I have the visual power. I can find this button on this page and I can go and click on this button, right? Similarly, I can find this where is the email address field. I can scroll my page, I can search this field and I can enter my email ID. Similarly, I can enter my password and click on the sign in button. But how will Selenium work on this way? Selenium does not have a visual power. How will Selenium find that I need to click on the sign in button? there should be some mechanism for that, right? We call this process as object identification. I am identifying the objects based on which objects Selenium will be able to find that element and perform the actions on that element. Okay, we have multiple kinds of element finding strategies. I am just talking about this last part. This is the hardest part. Okay, if you understand this part, every other thing is very easy. I am starting from last because it is the most important part. Okay, so how I can find an element strategy or object, how I can identify an object, and I need to give this object to Selenium so that Selenium can perform the operations on this object. Okay, let's go to the home page of the application. This is the home page of the application. And one more thing, I am giving you the syntax at the moment only for your Chrome browser. I'll discuss about other browsers later on. It is only related to Chrome browser for now. Let's say I want to find an element for this sign in button. Right click on this button, go to inspect. It will open a window like this. I'll just change the formatter and I'll expand it. Okay, so once I have clicked on the sign in button, can you see this line of code is highlighted by default? I can also do it in a different way. Let's say I've already opened this window. Can you see this leftmost icon, arrow icon with the arrow? Click on this, highlight the element for which you want to find the element. Again click on that element. It will show you the code. This is a developer's code or a HTML code which is written by your developers so that this button will function properly. And it will highlight this element. Okay, this is first way of finding the element. Then you have to go to the console tab, which is the second tab. Okay, now here you have to remember some syntax, and this syntax is very important. Try to understand the syntax, don't mug it up. $X, this is applicable only for your Chrome browser. Square brackets, round brackets, sorry, double quotes. There is something known as start tag. I'll tell you what is this start tag. Just assume it as a variable for now. Then there will be square brackets and a closing square bracket. Inside that I have to write an @. Again there is another variable named attribute is equal to single, inside some single quotes you have to give the value of the attribute. Okay, so this is the syntax. I know you might be confused. I'll help you understand with this by doing some practical examples. Just remember, for each and every element only three things will change. First is this starting tag. So here I have three variables: starting tag, attribute, and last one is the value of the attribute. Apart from this, all other syntax will remain same for all the elements. So I mean this double quotes, where this square bracket is starting, where I am having this @, where is the equal to sign, where is the single quotes, all this syntax will remain same. Only thing that will change for different elements are these three variables. Nothing else will change. Let's try to find again the element for sign in button. I'm highlighting this element. I'll go to the Notepad++ and now we will fill these values for this particular element. Can you tell me what is the starting character for this particular line? It is starting with A, right? This is A. So starting tag is nothing but from where that particular line is starting. In this case, it is A. What is the attribute? So here in this particular line, there are multiple attributes. Class is one attribute. Login is the value of that attribute. Title is another attribute, and this is the value of that attribute. Similarly, href is one attribute and it is the value of that attribute. For now, just remember you can use any attribute and any value of the attribute. Let's say I am using this attribute title. So this variable will be replaced by title. What is the value of this attribute? This is the value of this attribute. So again, this variable will be replaced by this value. Now I have to replace these values in this particular syntax. I'll go to the console window. I'll again write the syntax $x square bracket, round brackets, double quotes, double slash. After double slash, I have to write the starting tag. The starting tag in this case is A. After starting tag, I have to give the square brackets. Under square brackets, I have to write @ Second variable is attribute. I have to replace attribute with title. Is equal to single quotes. Inside single quotes, I have to replace this variable with value, and in this case the value is login to your customer account. Once you have written this syntax, click on enter. It should show you an element something like this. Expand this element. Again, do a mouse over on this. If you have written a correct syntax, can you see it is highlighting my sign in button at the back? If your element is right, it will highlight you in this way. Clear team till this point? Thoda bahut 50%.
Yes,
Let's take another example. Now you will tell me how to write a syntax for that. Let's say I want to find an element for this contact us instead of sign in. Again, I'll do a click on this icon. I'll go and highlight it. It will show me this value. What is the starting tag in this case?
A.
Right,
A.
starting tag is A. Let's say I want to use same attribute title. What is the value of this attribute?
Contact us.
Contact us. The only thing that's going to change is the value of the attribute. Again, I'll go to my console window, and another important thing of your console window is if you will click the up arrow button or down arrow button, it will automatically maintain the history of your previous element that we have found. So if I'll click on up arrow button, it is showing me same that I have written previously, right? I don't have to write a code again and again. I know only value that is changed in this case is value of attribute, right? All other syntax will remain same. I'll go and change this value. I'll again do a enter. I'll expand this variable and again I'll try to highlight it. Now it is highlighting contact us. That means I am again able to find this value successfully. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's try with one more example. Let's say after clicking on the sign in button, I want to enter the email ID here. So again for this I have to first find an element. Again click on this arrow icon, highlight this element, click on this. It is showing me this element now. What is the starting tag for this? input, right?
Input.
It is starting with input. So the starting tag is input. Which attribute you want to use? Give me any name.
So maybe you can take type.
Type.
Type is not unique, right? Or like ID, you
Yeah.
can take ID.
Yeah.
ID.
Don't take type. I'll tell you which one to take later on.
Yeah,
At the moment, just focus on this. So I'm taking an attribute as ID.
ID. Yeah.
What is the value of this ID? Email.
Yeah.
So again, these three variables will be replaced by these values. All other things will remain same. So I'll again go to console, click on the up arrow icon. I'll first change the input tag from A to input. I'll change the value of this to ID, and I'll change the value of ID to email. Again, I'll click on enter. I'll expand my element and I'll see whether I am able to find my element successfully or not. I am doing a mouse over. Can you see it is again highlighting my element? That means my element is fine. I have found my element properly.
Okay.
Now it's clear, team, how to find an element. Initially you have to write it for some times. You will run it again. I have given the syntax here. What is the starting tag? This is the double quotes. Okay, property name and property value. These three values will only change for now. Okay, all other syntax will remain same. Now second part I want to help you understand is what we have done for now is we have find the element, right? Now I have to give this element to Selenium. How I need to give this element to Selenium?
Some commands, like maybe like some events, like you have to.
Yes. So for now, for that there is a method in Selenium. I'll go to my Eclipse again, driver dot find element. Okay, and remember there are two methods here, find element and find elements. I am only discussing about first one, find element. We will discuss about find elements later on next week. Okay, so by default don't select the second one, you have to select find element, first one. Inside this bracket again you have to write by dot xpath. Okay, and inside this xpath you have to copy what you have written here. Let's say I want to click on contact us button. So you have to copy this part. Again, remember, you don't have to copy complete syntax. Just copy everything which is inside your brackets, starting from your double quotes and ending till your double quotes, till this point. This is the way of giving this element to Selenium. Okay, so I am done with the second part. This syntax will again remain same for all the elements. The only thing that is going to change is what I am writing inside this. All other syntax will remain same. Now third part, still it is not completed. I have given the element to Selenium. Needs to do on that element,
Some action.
or I can also say what action Selenium needs to take. So let's say on a link I can click. On a drop down I have to select a value. In a checkbox again I have to select a value. In a input box I have to type something, type my email ID. So how will Selenium know which action I want to perform on that element? So I also have to give that instruction to Selenium, which is what action to perform. Right? So there are three things. If I want to work on any of the element, I have to do three things. First I have to find an element, then give that element to Selenium, then I have to ask Selenium to perform that kind of an action. In this case, this is a link. On a link, I need to click. So dot click. Now this line, what will this line do? It will find this element on this UI page and it will click on this particular link. This is how Selenium works.
Sir, can you run it again?
Yes, I'll run it again. Okay, so what will happen now?
You
See,
just
I am launching my browser.
Ankit,
Just a second.
sorry for interrupting. Can you please like command the line close and quit, and then you have to run so that we can see, right? Maybe.
Which one? Closing the older browsers, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and I'll also remove this java.quit or close. For now, I'll comment this line so that you can see what is happening in the browser also. Okay, so what will happen now? I am launching my browser. I am navigating to this URL and I am clicking on this web button and I am getting the title and URL of the page. So all these operations will be performed once I run my program. Now see this browser window. Focus on this one. Right, it has clicked, right? So it is very quick. Ideally, you will not be able to visualize it, but what you can visualize now at the end of your page, you are on the sign in button. So it has clicked on this sign in and you are directly, sorry, on the, I guess we are clicked on the contact us. Yes, you have clicked on the contact us button and we are on the contact us page. And this thing you can also verify with the help of the title. So what is the title at the moment? Contact us
Contact us.
Maestro. So same thing should have been printed in your console window. So now it's showing you contact us.
Yeah.
And what is the current URL? In the URL also you are seeing contact.
Okay, sir.
Okay, let's take another example. Instead of contact us, let's say I want to click on the sign in button. I have already found an element for this. I'll open my browser. Inspect my element. I'll open it in a, I'll open it in this way, it will be easy. I have already told you in console the history is maintained, right? So I can hit my up arrow key multiple times until I'll see this. This was the element, I guess, for the sign in. I'll expand it. I'll see it. Yes, this is the element. I want to click on this element. I will copy this part. Go here. Instead of contact us, I'll replace this one. Now it will click on the sign in button. After sign in button is clicked, now I'm telling you how to automate a scenario and end to end. So after clicking on sign in, I want to enter the email ID. I have also find an element for this. I'll again hit up arrow key. I guess this was the one, right? So this is the element to enter my email ID. I'll copy this part. Again, I have to write this line like driver dot find element by dot xpath, and inside this I have to copy and paste what I have written there. Okay, now this is an input box. I don't have to click on this. I have to enter something, right? I have to enter my email ID. So how to enter an email ID? For that, the method name is send keys. Let's say my email ID is secway.smart@gmail.com. After this, I want to enter my password. Again, let's find an element for this first one. We have not yet find it. Highlight it. What is the starting tag for this? Input.
Input.
Let's say I'm using the same attribute ID, and I'll just copy the password, and all other things will remain same. Input ID is password. I'll hit on enter key. I'll expand it. I'll verify my element is right. I'll copy this part. I'll go to my Eclipse. I'll again write a syntax driver dot find element by dot xpath. Again, it is an input field, so I have to do a send keys. Let's say my password is dummy123. After entering a password, what is my next step? I need to click on the sign in button. Again, I'll try to find my element. I'll mouse over on this.
Ankit? Hello?
Starting.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now.
Yes, sir. Now.
Okay, I guess there was some network issue. Team, give me 1 second. Again, it is connected to my mobile. Let me connect to Wi-Fi, not your Wi-Fi. 1 second, I'll be back. Hello.
Yes,
Hello.
sir.
Now you can hear me now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So at what point were you with me? Till password you were there.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We have to
Now
find
after
password.
password,
Sign
I
in.
have to click on the sign in button, right? Again, I have to
Yeah.
highlight it, and I need to find an element. First step. What is the starting tag for this?
But
Button, right?
yeah.
You don't have to think anything. It can be anything. So starting tag in this case is button, right? What is the attribute? Let's say again I want to use the same attribute ID, and value for ID is submit button login. I'll go to the console. I'll change the starting tag to button. Attribute is ID. Value is this one. Again I'll hit enter. I'll verify my property, my element. It is fine. I'll again copy this. I'll go to my console. Again I have to write line driver dot find element by dot xpath. I have copied it. Now it is a button. On button again I have to click it. So operation is same click. I am done with my script. This is what I need to do to log into this particular website. Try करें run करने के लिए. Let's try running it. I am closing all the browsers again. It will click on sign in. It will enter my email ID. My password is wrong, not a right password, so it should throw me an error message. Okay, there is an error message, so that means I'm not able to do successfully or automate my script successfully. Can you anyone tell at which point it has failed? At which line it has failed? So whether my browser was launched or not?
Yeah, this was launched.
Wait, is this line executed or not 22?
Login. Yes.
Yes. Is this line executed or not?
Email is yes. Password is no.
No, even email it's no. Email
No?
is not written, right? It's empty.
Okay.
Okay, so that means error is at line number 23, and you will get this in your error message also.
Okay.
See, it is telling me at which line my execution has failed. My script failed at line number 23. Okay, I'll explain you the logic later on why it is failing. I am fixing it for now. So I have to just for now remember I am navigating from one page to another page, right? So depending on my network speeds, it might take sometime 5 seconds, it might take 10 seconds, or it might take 20 seconds also for this page to come, right? How will Selenium know again how much time it has to wait until that element is displayed or available? We call this method as synchronization. This is a separate topic in Selenium that I will cover separately. To solve this error, I am using the synchronization and I am adding some wait time. This wait time is in milliseconds. So the command to add a wait. So after this command is executed, I am waiting for 3000 milliseconds. This is the command for wait. After waiting, then line number 25 will be executed. And can you see an error message here? It is giving me an error, right? Line number 24.
Yeah.
Again, mouse over on this. It is giving me two fixes. You can use any one for now. Again, I'll explain you what is this in Java. This is part of your Java. Why we need to do this? But your error message is gone now. Again, let's try to run your program. See, it has entered my email ID and password.
Ankit, sorry, like I am unable to like follow you. Why? Because like I'm unable to see the screen. Like only that Eclipse only able to see, but the web page and all I could not able to see.
Ah, okay. You are using your tablet, right?
No,
I
no,
guess
no, no, no. I am using laptop.
laptop. Okay. Why
It's a,
you are not able to see this? You are not able to see my browser.
so sometimes why? Because like maybe the time being like it's coming very late. For example, like
Ah, okay.
maybe after like 1 or 2 minutes only able to see. Now I could not able to see the browser. I could able to see only your Eclipse.
Ah, okay. It's network glitches. Okay. Let me run it again. Okay. And I'll do it slowly. For demonstration purpose, I'm adding this wait time. Okay. So that it is slowing the execution speed for my scripts. So maybe in that case, Anand could view it properly. At the moment, you can see my Eclipse, right, Anand?
Yes, yeah.
And I am now running my program. Now, can you see a window opening up, browser window?
No, not it.
Not yet. Okay. Not yet.
Yeah, not it.
Then it's very slow, man, because it has even entered the email ID and password,
Yeah.
and it has also clicked on the sign in.
Okay.
Might be your network is slow.
I think network problem.
Let me know once you can see the browser. I'll
Yeah.
explain you.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, able to see now.
Now you are able to see. Maybe you it will come up slowly, right? Let me know once your script is finished at your end. So this will be the end page that you will see. So it is giving you an error on UI, saving invalid email address or a password because my email ID or password is wrong. But ideally, I'm able to do a automation for my login scenario, right? I'm able to hit on a link. I am able to enter my email ID and a password, and I am able to click on the sign in button.
Sir,
Yes.
can you help me in understanding how to read the error? Like, how will I know in Eclipse that error is in email address?
Okay. So let's say if you make some mistake, let's say you have not entered the value of this field properly, right? So your script will fail. Your script should fail at line number 25. Let's run your program again. There is a long error message here at the bottom, right?
Yeah.
At the moment, don't focus on the complete error message. I'll explain you later on.
Okay.
Just navigate to the last line for now. It is giving you the line number at which line your script has failed.
Okay, this one. Yeah.
If you'll click on this, it will directly take you to that particular line in your top window.
Okay.
Okay. And
Yeah.
also, if you'll try to understand this error message, right? See, it is giving you element on which element it has failed.
Path. Okay. Yeah.
So you can verify with the help of this element on which particular line you have written this element and where it is failed. Okay. There are multiple ways of finding your errors. There is a method known as debugging. I'll explain you that thing in next week. That's very easy to debug your programs or find an error messages in your program. That's a feature of Eclipse. Okay. Any questions, team, on this? This part is clear, how to find an element, how to give that element to my Selenium, and how to perform the operation. So there are three things. In a single line, the line is a single one line, but I am doing three things here. Shravya, any questions?
No.
No, sir.
Shravya is there, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Mandeep, I'll share this code for your reference for now. Okay. And I'll give you some exercise so that you can practice on these things. First thing is same, click on the sign in button. Okay. Here you have to do two things. First one is you have to create your account, enter your email ID, click on create an account. You will come on this web page. You have to find an element of this. Again, it will be a click for your radio button. You have to enter the value, first name, last name, email ID, password. Okay, you will not be able to do this date of birth for now. I'll explain this part later on, but at least complete your form until your password fails. This is one test case. Second test case is maybe with your invalid IDs, uh, enter your email ID, enter your password, click on sign in. Try to find an element, try to write your scripts, try to learn your syntaxes. That's the main thing. Next, what you can try is maybe click on the contact us button and verify the title of the page, whether the title is contact us or not.
Yep.
Okay, we'll start with some very basic things. Later on we will see how I can search my product. Let's say something like, all these things will be covered next week. I'll search my product, I'll add it to my cart, I'll proceed to checkout, I'll verify whether that product is available in my cart or not. I'll again click on checkout, I'll enter the details, and I'll complete it until payment is done, before the payment part. Okay, so that will be my end-to-end scenario. How we need to automate things, we will see in that particular way. Okay, I'll share this class with you here. This is for your reference only. And again, at least try this part till next week and set up your machines. Okay, if you face any issues with anything, just pin me over WhatsApp or Skype. I'll help you with
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
And Ankit, and,
But guys, can you comment if you're not talking? Hello. There is a lot of background noise. Can't hear you, Anand. Yeah, now I can. Now speak up.
Ankit, yeah.
Yeah.
So, see, the thing is like, so I already ordered the laptop, so most probably I will receive the laptop on coming Friday or Thursday. So the time maybe like I once I receive the laptop, so after I install this thing, maybe if I have any doubt, then I should ping you. That time maybe
Yep.
like
Yep.
whenever you are in online or something, like maybe you have to come and then like you just clarify that whatever doubts I have. Hmm?
Yes. Yes. That's fine. Just
Yeah.
pin me on WhatsApp. On Skype, you will not find me online much
Ah,
of the
sure,
time.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll set up some time on maybe on Friday or something, or
Yeah.
maybe early morning in the Saturday, and we'll sort it out if you have any issues.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chalo. Okay, guys. Then we'll see you next week.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, right.
Stay safe. Happy learning.
Yeah, right.
Sir,
Yes.
okay, sir.
I have that path issue.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Can you share your screen again? Maybe others, if you want to drop out, you can drop it out.
Yes, sir. Can you see?
Yes, I can see now.
Okay, so
Okay.
it was
It's
here.
our system.set property. See users Manpreet card download. Okay. I guess the issue is there is one space in Manpreet and Co. So just try to copy the file at some other location,
Okay.
the exe file, and then change the path. So basically there are some issues with Java if there are some spaces or some special characters in a path. It might create some issues in that way.
Okay, so you want me to
Yeah.
okay.
Copy this
I'm
folder from Windows 32. Let's say put it in, go to your C drive and put it directly there on any other drive. Create a new folder, let's say name Selenium. Now paste your file here.
yeah,
Copy
okay.
this path. Open it. Open this one also. Open the folder. Copy this path.
It's same only, right?
Yes. No,
It's giving me same path, I guess.
it's giving you same path. It should be C selenium chrome driver 32, right?
Yeah.
No, don't click on this. Yes, now it's giving it right. Copy it. Go back to your Eclipse. Just change this path before the double quotes. Yes, save it and run it.
Control S and
It's still same thing. Exception in thread main illegal the driver executable does not exist. Oh, your Chrome driver का R is missing.
okay.
Last,
Wow.
now
Control
save
S.
it and run it. I guess that was the only problem. Yes, now it's working fine.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
चलो practice करो इसका
Yes, sir.
and let me know if you face any issue.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.